Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Second stream for the day. Rosalind is still live on her channel, and that's fine. She gets here when she gets here. This is gonna take more than one stream to get through anyway. And second, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and since I don't really watch the NFL anymore, I completely disregarded that when Rosalind has a life off of YouTube, where she does a lot of things and goes a lot of places. And um, I forgot about it being Super Bowl Sunday, so we're already on a time crunch, which is fine because I don't need to be streaming 8 hours a day anyway. Because the only reason I can do it on a Sunday is because Mr. Squid's home. Anyway, here is the deal. Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrandt and ConneXions Classroom are being sued in federal court in Utah with the claim that for fraud and racketeering. So we will see the only Rogue Mama is the one who let us know about this. Rosalind might have heard it before, but I heard it as soon as Rogue Mama let us know. But luckily, it is not about the reason that they were convicted in the first place. So I can actually, get through it without wanting to if it was about the child, situation, I wouldn't be able to follow it because it would be triggering, being the mom of a toddler and such. So Rosalind gets here when she gets here. It's going to take us some time to get through this lawsuit because it is 112 pages long, which is one of the reasons that I wanted Rosalind to help, because she's also interested in it and it being so stinking long. I have I have to return a text message real quick. All right. So we have this motion that was for this initial complaint that was filed, but we also have a pro hoc vice motion that was filed. And I want to get into that first because one, it's super short, but two, the name of the lawyer that filed the pro hoc vice motion is very interesting to me. It's Natalie Lawyer Chick did good coverage. I haven't watched Natalie Lawyer Chick in a long time. I haven't watched a lot of people in a long time. No. But this one's just interesting because of the who is filing it. So I'm going to show you the complaint. So here's the initial complaint. So look at the name on the initial complaint. Michael Robert Tillman, an individual plaintiff versus Jodi Hildebrandt, Ruby Franke, ConneXions Classroom LLC, Michael Washburn, an individual, and this is does IX individuals. I don't know what that is. I don't remember what that is. It is okay. It's still a little sore, but it's not nearly as bad. Like, it was just one of those things where I didn't want to talk for 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever. After, she got me right here. So it was like right in front of the joint. So every time I opened my mouth, it hurt. But it's not broken because I've broken my jaw before and it didn't feel anything like that. So, but thanks for asking. So Michael Robert Tillman is the person in charge, or that is the plaintiff in this case. So I want you to look at the pro hoc vice motion. I have to open it up. I downloaded it and I did not open it up. And it was granted. So I'm not going to open up the motion that was granted because it's just pro hoc vice motion. I still like pro hoc vices just because it's like an ode to vices. And that could have been an alternate name for his channel. So Michael Robert Tillman, I, Victoria R. Lumen, move for the Pro Hoc Vice admission of Carl Michael Tillman. That can't be a coincidence. As counsel for the plaintiff, Michael Robert Tillman, I consent to serve as his local counsel, and I'm an active member of the court's bar. The application and proposed order are attached to its exhibits, and the admission fee will be paid to the court at the time of filing. And then there's exhibits attached, but that's who is going to represent him. It's just interesting to me that they got to be related. I don't know how. I haven't looked into it. I literally just checked the docket this morning and found that was submitted on the 4th. So I haven't been able, and there's nothing else. The Pro Hoc Vice motion was the last thing that was submitted. Brother, parents, son, I'm not sure the relation, but when I find out, I will be sure to let you know if it's not in here already. All right. So plaintiff Michael Robert Tillman, hereby files this complaint against defendants Jodi Hildebrandt, Ruby Franke, ConneXions Classroom LLC, and Michael Washburn, Savage, collectively defendants, and for his claims alleges as follows. In August of 2023, the world was shocked to learn that Ruby Franke, a parenting social media influencer, and her business partner, Jodi Hildebrandt, a former therapist, had been torturing two of Franke's small children at Hildebrandt's residence outside of St. George, Utah. Both women pleaded guilty to 4 counts of felony aggravated CA after Franke's 12-year-old emaciated son escaped and asked a neighbor for help. As serious and troubling as these facts are, they are part of a larger scheme spanning nearly 2 decades, whereby Franke, Hildebrandt, and others, known and unknown, have been engaging in a widespread racketeering enterprise in pursuit of power and profit through the advertisement, sale, and provision of fraudulent services and products designed to prey on vulnerable individuals and encourage victims to perpetuate illegal acts onto the enterprise. Plaintiff Michael Tillman brings this action for damages and injunctive relief as one of the victims of this racketeering scheme. I don't know. This is what we were going to find out. I have no idea. I also have no idea why this is 112 pages. I have looked at the first 5 pages-ish, and that's about it. I've had this for like a week-ish. So we'll see how this goes. But I always thought that these two were, I don't know, the 8 passengers thing just really got me. Like, I am not a fan of family blogging channels. The little is on my channel only because I'm here and she's here. It's not about her, and it will never be about her. We will not be making content about the little one. She is incidental content because she is here. And I am a mom. Other than that, like, there will be no family vlogs. That's just weird to me. No offense to anybody who does it, but she is part of my channel because she is my daughter and I am a stay-at-home mom. However, the content is not about her and profiting off of her childhood, which is what I feel like some 8 passengers did. It put every aspect of those kids' lives on YouTube, which is just weird to me. Like, I watched a channel called the Hapa Family, and it was about she did a series called Montessori at Home. Her child and children were incidentally in her content, based on the fact that she was teaching Montessori principles, and she would do like a day in the life of what stay-at-home parent or like a stay-at-home homeschooling Montessori parent would do. But like it wasn't about her children specifically. It was about the larger picture. That's about as close as I can get to like a family blogging channel. So, yes, I'm not staging her for my benefit. It's incidental contact. And y'all do send banana funds for her. So like technically speaking, it's profitable, but like, you know, it's more supporting me so I can support her versus, you know, it's just weird for her. Like, and even then, it's like I like when she's here, but she's not really here. Roslyn Raid. All right. So, uh, Hildebrandt and several other individuals, known and unknown, including Franke, Pam Bodcher, and Savage, compromised an organized criminal enterprise within the meaning of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1961-4. That is, a group of individuals associated, in fact, that was engaging in, and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce. Hey, Roslyn Raiders, long time no see. Hey, we all need bananas. Yeah. I don't actually eat bananas. I don't like bananas. Like, I don't. That's a her thing. That's not a me thing. That's a her thing. The mister doesn't even eat bananas most of the time. It's just a her thing. And how it was her first food, and it was a way for her to get calories because she was so tiny. But other than that, like, I like banana bread, but like the actual texture of bananas makes me bananas. You're the banana king in your picture. All right. Hildebrandt is the founder of several entities: ConneXions Mental Fitness Trainers, LLC, and the ConneXions Foundation. ConneXions always makes me cringe because there is a school, like a legit online school named ConneXions Academy. So for this to be ConneXions Classroom, I always get them confused, and it makes me think that she did this on purpose. Like it's just weird. So I don't know if I'm just not going to address that. Ugh. Oh yes, your name is changing on Wednesday to. Can I tell him what your new name will be? 3 awesome dogs. Because 2 awesome dogs is adopting, and she is the cutest little thing. He sent me a picture. So if you will no longer see 2 awesome dogs, but if you see 3 awesome dogs, it's not an imitator. It's it's the same person. So sorry, I said it before. I said it before you said yes, but sorry. Hey, Sir Franke, how are you? And if I was like, if y'all could hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. I am trying to prove to the world. Hey, Mary Jane, really not Sarah, how are you? I am trying to prove to the world, mainly a lawyer who tends to email me a lot, that I don't just cover the drama streams that are the one this morning. Like I show other topics. So, and this is the one that Rogue Mama was the one who told me about this. And it was like, oh yeah, we got to go searching for those documents. So, oh, this is going to be good. All right. ConneXions Foundation, ConneXions, and potentially ConneXions mental fitness trainers. LLC, and the ConneXions Foundation form the business conduit of the enterprise. This is just weird. Oh, he emailed me twice today. So during my morning stream, he emailed me twice. And I have to debunk something that he said this morning because in my morning stream, I said, or he told me that that he didn't lie in the thing. It was what Jeremy had said in his stream. So when in the morning stream, when I talked about when I talked about the morning stream and how they said all the subscribers pay Jeremy a fee, and Bubbles in his email to me said, and I'm going to quote this. He said, also, the lie about subscribers paying fees was in response to paragraph 3 of the complaint where Hales said this. So the lie was his. I hope you correct that. I'm not correcting shit because what was said in the complaint or the response was that what was said in the original complaint was people who subscribe with plaintiff's social media platforms often pay monthly fees to Hales for premium access to Hales social media platforms, which is an open video diary of Hales' life. Remember the word often. Remember the word often? We are going to go back, and I apologize for this interruption, but I forgot to address this at the very, very beginning. We are going to go back to this morning's document where he says, I have to, so I'm just going to share my screen because it's easier. So just so you know, admit that subscribers pay the plaintiff monthly fees. So twisting of words much. So no, I am not going to correct anything because Bubbles might not have lied, but he sure as shit twisted some words. Admit that subscribers pay the plaintiff monthly fees. Admit subscribers often, not everybody, often. There is a huge difference in how language is used. So there's that. So no, I ain't correcting shit there, Bubble Boy. Like, Al, you know what I mean? Yeah, Bubbles is so full of crap. He might not have lied, but he left out an important context. Remember that context is everything. So he left out the important context of often pay. So good thing the judge is young and possibly knows how YouTube works, because often pay is a very often is a very, very important word in that sentence that was conveniently left out. Just all right, so getting back to this. Make mommy vlogging illegal. I hate how they use kids. So it's one thing if it's like for me, it's one thing if it's like a mommy podcast that like a few moms get together and discuss their parenting. That's totally different. That's a different thing to me. But like making content specifically about children and like the daily activities of children is like that and doing that every day. Like, that I just can't. That's just, you're making money off of your children. You might as well be a stage mom. Like, I just can't. I'm one of the not often people that does not pay. Yeah, that's the thing. By leaving out that word, it implied that all subscribers pay him, meaning Jeremy makes a lot more money off of paid subscriptions than he actually does. Because that they conveniently put 700,000 subscribers in the last page. So and I apologize for skipping back to that one. But admittedly, plaintiff has a YouTube subscription base of over 700,000 subscribers. Admit that subscribers pay the plaintiff monthly fees. Those imply that all 700,000 pay to subscribe, whereas often pay implies that some people pay, some people don't. So they conveniently left out the important part, that not all 700,000 subscribers pay him. Like, you didn't make the mistake. You read what was written and made a statement on the air in the document. The apology is not yours to make. Bite it. I appreciate that. I'm welcome to show her picture. I will at the end of my well, actually, I'll do it now because I have to thank Dan Davis for this $2 super chat. No breadsticks for the haters. Yeah, this right here. Videotaping yourself, shaming and hurting your child for clicks is separate. Yeah, and I didn't, like I said, everybody who knows me knows that I didn't know who Jeremy Hales was until he was on Megan's channel. Megan told her mods one day that, like, be prepared for an extra busy stream, and like, I had no idea. I was at Walmart when people were already in the chat like 2 hours before the stream. Like, I'm like, I had no idea who this person was. And here we are months and months later. It's the thing. All right, I will open that up later. I'm have to stop the screen because I'm sharing my own screen and I really don't want to dox all your messages. So I will definitely show it before. Actually, we'll just do it now because I can. Yeah, YouTube. Mary Jane, YouTube censors my comments too. Like, I can't even comment on my own streams half the time. Because I get I can hear the little on her iPad. Let's open in browser. Oh, that's a very small picture, but okay. So it came up super small in the picture, but I will share it anyway. And hopefully y'all can, I apologize for it being small. So, tab. It's a very small screenshot, I'm sorry. But that's the new puppy. So, that's the new puppy. She's a cutie pie. All right. Let's get back to the the puppy is Two Awesome Dogs puppy. In a few days he will no longer be Two Awesome Dogs, he will be Three Awesome Dogs. So get ready for a name change. All right, let's get back to this complaint. Alrighty. Oh. In leading ConneXions and her other various entities, Hildebrandt relied on several individuals, including Franke. For some reason, her name never comes out right when I say it. Maybe that's because my brain won't let me associate with evil people. To recruit other members to ConneXions and the Enterprise and carry out her directives. Through ConneXions and the Enterprise, defendants purport to offer valuable marital, self-improvement, and group session counseling, classes, workshops, and digital and written materials in exchange for lucrative fees. I'm sorry, I would never, ever, emphasis on ever, pay her for marital advice. Just a thought. Like, I just don't. She's not the person I would look to marital advice. Considering her husband is a beta. Or ex-husband now. But those counseling services, classes, workshops, lessons, and digital and written materials are fraudulent. Through the Enterprise, Hildebrandt and other members of the Enterprise, including defendants, prey on individuals in vulnerable positions who are seeking legitimate mental health services and indoctrinate members into the Enterprise, instructing her associates to perpetuate CA, I'm just not even going to say that word, and psychological abuse on any individual in their lives not deemed to be in what Hildebrandt has coined truth, i.e., aligning with Hildebrandt's will. Under the guise of providing help to those in need, ConneXions fraudulent services are intended to bring individuals under the enterprise's financial and psychological control, entice victims to spend money on fraudulently advertised services, which perpetuate and promote CA and other illegal acts, encourage psychological abuse, ultimately break families, all while financially enriching the defendant and further perpetuating the enterprise. Hildebrandt teaches her associates that when they are in the truth, they should perpetuate horrific acts on anyone in distortion. Doesn't this sound like Scientology? Doesn't that sound like... I don't know. I don't remember what his name is. I know what he looks like, but I don't know what his name is. I forget. And Theon, thanks for the $5 super chat. The more he does, the more he drags more and more people into the madness. I know. It's such a ridiculous, this case is starting to gain traction in the main channels. This ConneXions business is starting to sound like a cult. It's been sounding like a cult ever since their original, this all came out. And they had their original trials. This is, Beelzebubbles, as I've now started calling him, thanks to Rosilla's realm. Beelzebubbles is a lawyer that is going against Jeremy Hales in the federal case. So it's a different man and his family. I know that what he's describing is what happened to Ruby's husband. I do know that much. That I cannot take credit for that one. Beelzebubbles was Rosilla's realm. He said that first, and oh yeah, bad lawyer, bad lawyer who, despite repeated requests not to email me, still does. So yeah, this is from the sound of it, this operation where it's making women try to go after their husbands. It's making their husbands beta males, and I'm sorry, but Mr. Squid is not a beta male and will never ever be a beta male, and I love it that way. It's yeah. Oi. Yeah, me too. I'm not a fan of betas. There's a limit of don't go toxic on me. Don't go like a college frat boy. But at the same time, there's obvious differences between males and females, and we need to respect that there are differences, physiological and psychological differences, and that's okay. Anyway, this right here, this Hildebrandt teaches her associates when they're in the truth, they should perpetuate horrific acts on anyone in distortion. Doesn't that sound like Scientology? Like if your family isn't a Scientologist, you have to disconnect from them. That sounds like a no. No, I think they were 12 years. They can be out in 12 years. Which is one of the things about sentencing and like how we're talking about in the in Tessa's case. Tessa, Captain Kern's daughter, was tragically unalived by her significant other at the time, with her own shotgun, and he can be out in 4. He could be out by 2029. So with good behavior. So I hate that you get these harsh sentences, or what seem like harsh sentences, and then with good behavior you could be out in half the time, less than half the time. Yeah, 6 to 8 years. I thought it was 12 with the possibility of parole in 6 to 8. But I could be wrong. There's been so many people sentenced since then that I think somebody phrased it correctly when I said that I have word finding difficulties. They phrased it perfectly, and I cannot remember how they phrased it, but I was going to have to steal it. it was one of those, my word finder is broken or something along those lines. See, I can't even remember what they said, and I laughed at it, and I said I'm going to have to start using it, and I can't even remember what it is. In reality, Hildebrandt indoctrinates her victims with the false mentality that anyone who disagrees with the truth is in distortion and is the enemy. Hildebrandt teaches her associates and enterprise members to inflict pain, often taking the form of physical abuse and torture, on individuals in distortion to bring them into truth. Oh, these men were put in an untenable position. Their religion tells them they are heads of household and then sends this to this organization that the same church endorsed. Yeah, and this is, to me, this is religion gone crazy. Like, it's okay to be religious, but when your religion starts telling you to do things that don't hold on. When your religion, in my opinion, this is completely my opinion, starts telling you that to do things that don't align with your morals and makes you ask questions, then it to me is that's the problem. Like, then you have to start asking questions, and sometimes it's okay to challenge your beliefs. Like, yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot Hildebrandt, not Arius. Too many crazy Jodis. Yeah. I'm surrounded by so-called beta males. They're really lacking in empathy. They just radiate suppressed aggression. It's okay to be an alpha. It's okay to be an alpha. Like, it's okay to be an alpha male. Like, it is perfectly fine. She exudes on that crazy hot scale, doesn't she? Yeah, this always got me. Like, if you watch them in a video together, it's just something's not kosher, if you know what I mean. But that's just my personal opinion. After representing that ConneXions offers run-of-the-mill counseling and self-help services to entice victims already in a mentally vulnerable position, the enterprise then incrementally introduces Hildebrandt's methodology through a series of workshops and counseling sessions conducted through ConneXions, familiarizing enterprise victims with Hildebrandt's identity as a thought leader to gain trust, and then eventually demanding that victims accept only Hildebrandt herself can help them achieve betterment of their lives through inflicting pain, punishment, and even physical torture onto others. Hey, John, how are you? Yes, we got to stop demonizing alpha. Like, it's okay to be an alpha male. But there's a difference between being an alpha male and an asshole. So, like, you can be an alpha and you can be an asshole, but you can also be a beta and be an asshole. Like, those are not, like, those two things are not, don't go together all the time. You got the crazy part, right? Yeah, but this one, like, we could do a whole, like, we could go down that rabbit hole for forever. It's just this is what I don't get. When you start doing this, like, why, like, that one I feel like I would need Chandler for that one, because see ya, Heidi, because she used to do, if I remember correctly, when she would come on Vice's stream and do the Johnny Depp sidebars, she was doing like a Friday night stream, like a toxic feminism. So that would be perfect for that. And hey, Roslyn.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I got derailed.
Oh, that's fine. Once I knew the expert was on your stream, I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, this is no like quick like interview like you have set up with your new tell me everything.
Oh, right.
And like with those, it's going to be like once the person's like, I'm done asking you questions, it's like, but once I knew the expert was on there, it was like,
no,
I love the expert.
I thought he was pretty well behaved. He was, I think I threw him for a loop. I think he thought I was going to be goofy or something.
Well, here's the thing that I've realized: when you have other streamers on your channel, stuff always gets derailed. And it's not that people take over, but when someone is able to hold a 2-hour stream by themselves,
right?
When you get two personalities that are all not always used to streaming by themselves, but like that can hold down a stream by themselves, things get derailed easier. Because
no, I get it.
Versus like someone who's never been on a stream before is on your channel, they wait for you to talk and then they talk back. Whereas like other streamers just unintentionally take over.
Sure. No, it's all good though. I enjoyed it.
Oh, it was fun. I liked the tangents he kind of went on in the questions, because I didn't even realize the Miami assassination attempt. Like I had like that somehow didn't even like cross my mind.
Yeah. It's a good point. Yeah. I can't know everything about all of them.
No, but you are like he said you were his go-to expert on the JFK assassination, that you're my go-to expert, because you have an inside track that I will never, like, I could study all I want, but you had personal, like, a first-hand source or primary source of information.
Yeah.
And all the, and even though it might not have been the topic of conversation, you know his personality and how it affected him. So like,
right.
And that's just the coolest link. Like that audio is iconic.
Yeah.
And like, I just can't, like, it's amazing to me.
I can't play it on every stream or it'll get demonetized every single time. So it's like,
it's weird how you play your own family's audio that you have access to and it gets copyrighted. I'm like,
right. I mean, I can fight it and it'll, release, but anyway.
It's the fact that you have to fight it to begin with.
Right. And it takes 30 days. And then by that time it's, nobody's watching it.
I will always watch it because your videos on JFK and to the FBI/CIA handlers that are monitored Rosalind's channel, and now that she's here, this is all just us conjecture. None of this is real. It's a figment of your imagination.
Right. Hey, chat. Tammy, Puddletown, General T. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not linked into comments. I don't know. I've got too many bells and whistles right now. But I see you. Hello.
So you were still streaming when I started this, but there was a pro hoc vice motion, and it was for. Let's see. We are on page 4. So the initial, or the plaintiff, is Michael Robert Tillman. The pro hoc vice motion for his counsel was Kenneth Michael Tillman.
Okay.
So I'm not sure the relation. It doesn't state, but I'm positive that the fact that they have not one but 2 names in common, there's some sort of familial relationship.
Yeah, and Tillman studied to be an attorney. I don't know if he ever got his law license though, or if all of this stuff derailed him. So I don't know.
Oh, and 2 awesome dogs changed his name. Because on Wednesday,
new puppy.
Yep. So if you see 3 awesome dogs, same person.
Gotcha.
there's our
Thanks,
where
General.
we kind of made it to. And I had to explain that Bruce said I was lying earlier. When I said Bruce is lying in his earlier in his motion this morning, he left out a convenient word, often, in the original complaint. Subscribers often pay Jeremy Hales, not subscribers paid Jeremy Hales.
Oh.
That to make it seem like imply that 700,000 people pay him a monthly subscription versus often pay, which means a portion of those people pay him a monthly fee.
Right.
To me, that's a lot of money. So that's an important distinction.
Yeah,
Often and yeah.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. So it was, I had to derail that because in Bruce's email that he sent me, he wanted me to correct my lie. So
my lie.
You left out words, or whoever wrote that for you left out words. Important words.
Gotta make this bigger. So chat, I gotta make you too small in order to read this.
Hold on, let me see if I can make this bigger too.
There we go. That's great.
Like,
I mean, I would wear my glasses, but it's even worse with my glasses. So I was like,
yeah, I have 2 pairs of glasses. I have like readers, and then I have my prescription, which is like the least. It makes me look like the biggest geek in the world, and neither make this easier to read.
Right.
Like sometimes I'm like this, but like neither one of them makes them easier to. Except it makes me look like a super geek. If only I had the intelligence of a super geek.
Right. I thought I had some glasses in here, but can't find
we are only on page 5 of this 4 of this motion.
Okay.
So it's basically, so far, it's basically sounding like a cult.
Yeah, cult.
The Enterprise demands that its victims accept Hildebrandt's authority as absolute. If Enterprise victims who sought out ConneXions seeking routine counseling refuse to submit to Hildebrandt's control, the Enterprise turns and punishes them as someone in distortion.
Right.
It's kind of sounding like a Scientology, where if you're not in Scientology, you have to disconnect from people. And that's kind of what...
Have you heard the audio of her explaining distortion?
I might have back in the original
she asked God to help people explain shame, find a better word for shame, and she said distortion is what God told her. And it's like, no, he just defined what you were doing. You were distorting the truth.
Like, see, all I do is read. All I do is read and interpret. And not all of my interpretations are correct. Not all of my interpretations are the same as everybody else. I just give you my opinion. I can't say I really work that hard at like stuff like this.
I'm just good at following the data. That's all. I
connect the dots.
I didn't make the data. I just follow it.
That's true. And I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't have this channel at all if it wasn't for Rosalind and Rogue Mama. Because Rogue Mama encouraged me to make videos, and Rosalind made my logo, which is like, you can't have a YouTube channel without some sort of like logo and something
fun.
And like Rosalind threw that together, and she's like, "Do you want anything changed?" I'm like, "No, I love it." Because I wouldn't have even known where to start.
Yeah, no, I was inspired.
Hey, Dad. How are you?
Hey, Papa Squid.
So literally, I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for the 2 of them. So, like, you know, it all goes to
the Enterprise. The Enterprise.
Yeah.
Now, I know that they gave this the terminology, right? They decided to call it the Enterprise, right? That's not what Jodi and Ruby call it.
Yeah, they decided to call it the Enterprise.
Okay.
Because it's... So, up here, they describe... Hildebrandt is the founder of several entities, ConneXions, mental fitness trainers, LLC, and the ConneXions Foundation. ConneXions and potentially ConneXions mental fitness trainers and the ConneXions Foundation form the business conduit of the Enterprise. So the Enterprise was like their defendants.
Gotcha.
So it's how they describe all of the
business dealings.
Business, yeah. Squid needs to do an alpha stream. My dad is an alpha too. Like, we got on that like alpha versus beta male. Like, because this to me is like and a religion that says the man is the head of the household, making a woman the alpha of the relationship. And it to me, it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't jive. It's definitely a rebellion. And when you think that it's Jodi creating it,
it just is. There's just something that, like, looking at it just from the outside just doesn't add up.
No, it doesn't.
But I am also not in that religion. So from an outside perspective, a lot of people think that religion is a little interesting to begin with. So
yeah. No, I would say so.
Oh yes, there's a toxic alpha versus a healthy alpha, but women can also be alpha. Yeah, but we're made differently for a reason. Like, we're just, women can do things men can't do, like, I don't know, have kids. And men can do things that women can't do. So it's just, we have to admit and be okay. I feel like we have to be okay. I feel like as a society, we're like, our society isn't okay with the fact and can't accept the fact that we have biological differences. Like, it's okay.
I love our biological differences.
Oh, if this is something to derail my chat, breaking news, and yeah. It's fine. It's fine. So slugs, yeah, see, it's something to derail me. I finished the flamethrower drone I was building. I named it Fluffy.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. Getting back to this, because I know you're on a time crunch, right?
I am.
What time do you have to be out of here?
I've probably got about 20 minutes.
All right. And I appreciate you helping me with this, because if it wasn't for you and Rogue Mama, I wouldn't have any idea that this case existed. I just found the document. That's all I did. I just went searching. And it was kind of one of those, it's 112 pages. I'm like, what in here is 112
it's no joke.
pages?
It's for sure no joke.
As evidenced by the despicable and widely publicized torture of Franke's children, Hildebrandt, Franke, and other members of the Enterprise are encouraged to punish those in distortion by any means necessary. And as demonstrated by the tragic and criminal treatment of Franke's children, the Enterprise encourages its members to punish individuals to the brink of death if necessary to remediate someone from distortion into truth.
Okay, now, is there any evidence attached to this?
I don't know. I have only been through this. Before this, I looked at the first 5 pages, and that was about it. So it just sounded like it was sounding more and more like a cult. But it's 112 pages, so I'm sure there's attachments and exhibits.
Yeah, I'd like to see these materials that say that. I mean, I'm not trying to defend Jodi or Ruby. I'm just saying that's quite a statement right there. That one paragraph says a lot.
Well, the complaint is 112 pages, but if you look at the top, it's very small, but it says page 4 of 146. Yeah. So there is some stuff down here. I'm sure there's, and sorry for the
scroll.
Yeah. Second claim for relief. This is still the it's page 106. The cover sheet, which is always 2 pages of fun. Exhibit 1, Hildebrandt and ConneXions. Whatever is necessary to fully change and champion any addictive or self-destructive behavior, whether it be ravenous addictions, feelings of worthlessness or inadequacy, conflicts in relationships, intimacy problems, communication breakdowns, and frankly, any block that prevents having and creating peace and joy. Yeah. This will be interesting to go through.
Yeah.
But this is, yeah. I'm sure there is plenty to sometimes I wish in legal filings that it was right there.
Yeah.
Where it had
I
the
mean,
footnote and like exhibit 1.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not
It's
always
not that
that,
hard to hyperlink in a document. I mean, come on, people.
especially all these are digital now. Like it's,
Yeah, exactly.
which shows, I wonder if before computers, all these documents were this long, or if people shortened them because they were writing them by hand or typewriter and it,
Right.
like, it was,
True.
so if these got so much longer because of the fact that they're digital now and we're not wasting
Right.
paper and taking
Right.
the time to handwrite things. That's a legal question that I would have to ask a lawyer. So it just goes on and on and on. All right.
I'm sorry, we were in paragraph 9.
Paragraph 9. There we go. The horrific nature of the enterprise was meticulously described by Franke at her criminal aggravated child abuse sentencing hearing. Franke, who initially sought out Hildebrandt for merely counseling services, revealed that Hildebrandt's teachings then led Franke into a dark delusion, a distorted version of reality. Hildebrandt taught Franke to isolate anyone who challenged Franke and to believe this world is an evil place filled with cops who control, hospitals who injure, government agencies that brainwash, and church leaders who lie and lust, husbands who refuse to protect, and children who need abuse. Whoa. Whoa. Apparently at her sentencing, I missed this part.
Yeah, I didn't recall hearing that. Was there a sound issue in that court?
Maybe. Doge commercials. Per Franke, Hildebrandt's grooming of her associates results in paranoia, criminal activity, brainwashing, and offering unconditional contempt to family who try to help. In short, tragedy. Hildebrandt's methodology leads children into extreme danger, knowingly leads children into darkness, believing dark was light and light was wrong, and takes from children all that is soft and safe and good. Those are quotes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Ruby covering her own ass.
That's true too. We have to remember that. But Ruby covering her own ass might have gotten both of them screwed.
True.
Hildebrandt's methodology has led to the commission of countless crimes and torts by Hildebrandt and the Enterprise members, all of which did not come to light until the arrest and subsequent sentencing of Hildebrandt and Franke in August of 2023 and February of 2024, respectively. Once Franke and Hildebrandt's criminal activity was exposed, thousands of individuals reported that the Enterprise destroyed their lives and their families. Many even contemplated self-deletion at the hands of the Enterprise. Which doesn't really surprise me.
Well, and my biggest question is, why did they hold this back till February? Why did they hold back all of that evidence that should have been available in August? I mean, people would have had more. I mean, like, how many people? I think we came up with it's about 100. They're making about $100,000 a quarter, so they're making about, people are spending $100,000. Wait, no, per person it's $1,000 a quarter. How many people are just throwing money at these people, believing them, and then to find out, when they pled, it probably destroyed their lives.
My thing is if you have to spend that much money for someone to tell you that you're worthless or your children need to be criminally treated.
Tortured?
Yeah, there's something wrong with that. Like, I can't imagine, but maybe it's because, like, I can't say I don't have an addictive personality in the sense of, like, I would look at this and be like, you're effing out of your mind.
Right.
Like, but I'm also hypercritical of a lot of people in powerful positions, like therapists. And whenever I have to talk to a counselor, I'm very wary of, like, of what they're telling me, and if what they're telling me is their own personal agenda or if it's actually, out of the DSM.
Right. Well, I mean, and then you also have to figure out, like, if your therapist is using NLP on you, neuro linguistic processing, which is basically a form of mind control, but it's used in a lot of coaching situations, with life coaches. It's taught how to do it, but actually you're just reinforcing the programming you're putting on your client. So it's really dangerous. I think it's very dangerous and also a little fascinating.
And that's why I go to art therapy, because I still get some sort of like,
Right.
but I get to do my own thing.
Right.
I don't have
Yeah.
anybody telling me like behavioral therapy. Like, nope.
Yeah. And NLP, I mean, it's fascinating. It's really fascinating, but extremely dangerous.
It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, I don't know. It makes me weary of like talking to anybody. But you imagine how people get into cults, and it's the same.
It's
Like,
NLP. A lot of it. It's wild.
yeah, I'm more into the puppy bowl these days too.
Yeah.
Puppy bowl is much more fun, especially when
It
it's
is
the
more
same
fun.
teams over and over again in the Super Bowl.
Right.
But I did hear a rumor that Elon Musk bought $40 million worth of ad time. So
I did not see him confirm that.
I
But, and
didn't
there's
see him confirm it, but I think that's the only reason that we're even going to be close to watching. Well, I'm going to be watching because Mr. Squid has to go to sleep. So
yeah.
like he has to be up at the butt
I think
crack dawn.
there was a community note on the post calling it satire. So
I hope, well, it's one of those things of like, either way, if it's not, people
is
are
it
going to
too
be
late?
watching
Do
just
it.
to see.
Do it. Do it anyway.
Do it. Do it. Elon needs to buy YouTube. Yeah. Somebody commented on my video from this morning that he's thinking about buying the Packers. Please don't. Please don't. I like you, Elon, but stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay out of sports. You're doing just fine in what you're doing now. Like, don't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah. I think he's a little busy.
Yeah, I hope he's a little busy. Plaintiff is one such individual severely harmed by the enterprise. Plaintiff and Savage were formerly married. Oh. So one of the defendants is known as Savage.
That's her maiden name. Or her remarried name. I think it's her maiden name.
During their marriage,
that's his ex-wife.
That's his ex-wife. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Savage sought Hildebrandt for routine counseling. Shortly thereafter, Savage eagerly accepted Hildebrandt as her guide and joined the enterprise. Savage and Hildebrandt immediately identified Plaintiff as an individual in distortion, upon whom they needed to inflict severe psychological abuse to be brought into the truth. I want freedom of speech on YouTube, but I know he's busy with Doge. What's interesting is before the election, I did a few streams on government waste. And like, I talked about, you said in a few of those videos, or, and it was one of those things of, I talked about the $6 million for European tourism.
Right.
Or Egyptian tourism. Like, before it was a thing. And now someone told me that the other day, and I was like, y'all, I did a video on that.
I knew it.
I did a video on that. I knew it was a problem. I tried to tell y'all it was a problem, but I do that stream on Thursday nights, and y'all want to watch drama streams on Thursday nights. So, so it's just one of those, like, rumor is that Elon Musk put in a bid to buy CBS. Rumor has it Elon Musk wants to buy everything. Let's just go make a rumor. Elon Musk wants to buy every single news outlet on planet Earth. There we go.
And just close their doors.
Can he do that to CNN, please?
Oh, that would be lovely. I think he's just going to let them all, go belly up on their own.
That's true. CNN's already having to do it, paying multiple settlements.
Mm-hmm.
And that nice lawsuit that they just lost. So,
I love it.
First you hear BS, then you see BS.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I get derailed by the chat all the time. All the time. all the time, but that's why I love you guys. Savage masterfully implemented the Enterprise's dark teachings to physically abuse and endanger the minor child of Savage and Plaintiff and destroy Plaintiff's life. Savage's current husband, Jay Washburn, also now implements the Enterprise's destructive practice to harm Plaintiff. That's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Even after Hildebrandt and Franke's arrest and convictions, Savage remains a devoted associate of Hildebrandt and the Enterprise. Savage has staunchly refused to stop implementing Hildebrandt's warped teachings to discipline and abuse Savage and Plaintiff's daughter. Oh, that's sad. I hope they're in court. I hope they're in family court to figure that situation out, but we all know how that works.
Oh, I think it's going to get worse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was not hoping for.
Yeah, he talks about it.
Ew. Rosalind coming in here all classy and Squid trying to keep it going and not read chat. Yeah, pretty much.
Classy. I hope you're using that ironically.
Classy.
Classy.
No, you do look very nice today. Like you're going somewhere because you've got plans and Super Bowl Sunday, and I am in a 10-year-old tank top and my hair in a ponytail.
Right. Yeah, I forgot all about Super Bowl. It was like sports ball. I don't know. I don't do that.
Hi, Angel. Oh, Daddy gave you a bath, didn't he? Daddy gave her a bath.
Oh.
Come here, baby. Come here. Have a hug. Hey. Okay, she doesn't want to.
I'm gonna have to skedaddle here in a second.
All right. You want to say hi? Yeah. Say hi. Say hi, Miss Rosalind.
Hi.
Hey, Daddy gave me a bath. Hi. Smelling you, baby. Bye. See you. Girl. All right. We'll see you later. You go. Okay. You go play. I'll be there in a minute, baby. See you.
Bye.
You see. Bye. See you.
Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna go play in a minute, huh?
Okay.
Oh, it's
I will bounce out. Bye, chat. I'll see you guys later. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Bye. All right. Thank you, Squid. And we can Tuesday. You want to try shoot for Tuesday? Is that what you said? Okay. All right.
Depending during the day because I have to work at night.
That works.
Tuesday it is.
Okay. See you Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. All right. And I think I'm going to finish this page and then I'm going to be done too. And I'm going to go spend some time with the family. All right. Should we finish reading this? Should we finish reading this page? All right. Savage. Ooh. Immediately after the arrest and subsequent convictions of Hildebrandt and Franke, and after the horrific nature of Hildebrandt's methodology came to light, plaintiff pleaded multiple times with Savage to discontinue Savage's implementation of Hildebrandt's methodology with Savage and plaintiff's minor child. Savage refused. Savage continues to engage in criminal and tortious behavior against her minor daughter and plaintiff, demonstrating through her words and actions that she willfully does so under the dark delusion, falsehoods, There we go. Did she mute me? There we go. Elaine! She did mute me. I unmuted myself, I think. Can you all hear me now? Because I'm not muted according to this. Unless she totally unplugged my mic. That could be a... Oh, good now? Okay, so she must have hit the top of it. Anyway, on that happy note, I am going to go, guys. Thanks for hanging out and starting to read this lawsuit that is horrifically long, and I I knew it was going to have some stuff in it about the criminal case, but like I don't want it to be a trigger warning for anybody. So Rosalind and I are going to continue reading this on Tuesday. I just have to write down where I'm at. Paragraph 15. So y'all have a great day. I think I am going to redirect us. Let me stop the screen. I am going to redirect because I believe Tug is live. I think. That's what I've told. Let me go into my studio here. And let's redirect. Customization. Redirect. Why doesn't he ever come up on my stuff? Yep. There we go. He doesn't come up on my stuff anymore. I don't know why. I have to like search for him. All right, y'all are going to Tug. Tell him I said hi. Bye guys. I will see you tomorrow. I am going to start going over that FAA lawsuit tomorrow. It's the air traffic control thing lawsuit that I was supposed to talk about on Friday, but being kneed in the jaw kind of made life a little hard. But y'all have a great day. Tell Tug I said hi. Bye guys.